We're here. All right. What's going on, guys? We got a couple people here. See Chad's in the house. What's up, Chad? Oh, somebody left already. Hey, what's going on, guys? Good Sunday night here. Kind of been a relaxing day. Didn't do a whole lot today. Slept in, actually, for the first time in a while. I really slept quite a while today, this morning, which was very, very nice. What's up, Chad? How you doing? Get situated here. That's water, spring water, but I also have one of those with one of those little Hawaiian Punch packets in it. So, we got 5 people. All right. Getting a few people coming in, hopefully. Get the regulars and hopefully some new ones. I've been doing pretty good with that lately. Been getting a few new people, which is really cool. As well as all the usual regulars are usually here, so that's cool. Had a crazy week, sort of, so get a barley pop, good idea. Hey, what's going on? Tail Happy, what's up? Nothing much going on here. Usual Sunday night stuff, just hanging. Had a kind of a kickback day, didn't do a whole lot. Made a quick video and yeah, nothing too crazy, but car shopping online and YouTube car shopping and or cars researching, I guess you should say. How's the weather? It's cooling off here a little bit. Supposed to get the next couple of days are supposed to be in the 80s though. So, but we've had some fairly cool mornings and semi-cool weather. It's been real windy all day today, and tonight it's still pretty windy out there. We had some branches blow out of our tree out here just outside this window. So hopefully they don't come crashing through the window. That would not be good. It'd make for a pretty good live stream though. If a branch came and hit me in the head or something, that'd be all right. 89 up. Wow. Yeah, I think we got fairly high. I think we got about 80 or something here today, but it's been windy and was it over the weekend or over the weekend is the weekend, but like Friday, Saturday, it was pretty chilly. All right. Off this week, so you can stick around for the whole stream. Sweet. You like that? That's good news. The more people that can stick around, the better. Barely brought the car out this weekend. It's been in the garage. We did take it I took it to the grocery store today. It's a good grocery getter, so. Actually, it is. It's got a big old trunk, so. But yeah, it's spent most of the weekend in the garage, and I didn't really do anything to it. Didn't even clean it up this weekend. I cleaned it up Thursday, I think it was. But not like all the way clean, kind of a half-ass sort of clean. Oops. I got little pop-ups coming up on my screen here. We don't want that. I can't see what you're saying. Oh. Becky's here. Hello, Becky. What's going on, Becky? The usual stuff going on here for the Sunday night, the usual stuff. Good to see you show up. Now the chat is officially underway. The live stream. Anybody got anything exciting going on, car stuff or anything else even? Anybody go to any car? I'm sure most of the car show type stuff's over for a good part of the country. Everybody's wrapped that up for the year probably. Hey, Jean Paul, what's going on? How's it going up there? Good to see you come in. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. We're just hanging here as usual, doing our Sunday night thing. Trying to catch up on stuff, Becky. Yeah, sometimes you got to catch up, man. Sometimes you got to get stuff done. That's all there is to. That's part of life, unfortunately. Motley 392. Hello, what's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you. Motley's here. We got pretty few people showing up. That's cool. I know. I know, Chad. Winter is definitely coming, and it's not. I am not looking forward to it. I'm hoping it's not like last year's winter. Last year was rough, so I'm hoping for a nice mild winter. But according to the people who predict those kinds of things, that's not going to happen. We're going to have another rough one, apparently. But I hope they're wrong. Yeah, John Paul. I bet you it's getting a little colder up there. It definitely is here. Hey, Dominic, what's up? Thanks for coming in, Dominic. Good to see you. Yeah, John Paul. It's we've had a couple of cold nights here. Not cold, but definitely you can feel fall in the air. The daytime has still been pretty fairly warm. I think we got a couple of days of warmth coming up here, but it's changing. Molly had his tires rotated yesterday. Yeah, how would that happen? You need new tires? I don't know how you could. When I sold the old tires, when I took them off in the ad, I put, for some reason, the ones that were in the back of the car are kind of bald, and the front ones are okay. A few people got the joke. Had a few people respond thinking that was funny in the ad. But I think probably everybody in here suffers from a little bit of that lead footitis. We wouldn't be here. I try not to as much, but still, it's good therapy though. A little lead footitis is good for the soul, as long as you do it in a safe manner. Ooh. Oh, it's got a chronic case of it. Oh, better. Yeah, the heavy foot on the pedal isn't good for the tires for sure, but it is fun. Yeah, there should be like a support group with 12 steps. You all sit down and you tell your stories about how you are abusive to your tires. I had my teeth cleaned on Wednesday, and the girl that did it, she like during part of it, she was doing something and she was pinching my gums up here so hard that I was about to scream in pain. But I didn't want to seem like a wuss. And so I let her keep doing whatever she was doing. It took about 30 seconds for her to finish whatever the hell she was doing in there. And now I have this giant sore mouth up here. It's killing me. Maybe I should have told her something was hurting because that's the only time she hurt me. But oh, stupid phone messages coming in. Doesn't look like anything important. It makes your feet smell like rubber. Lead footitis. John Paul, we get in the state where I live down here in Nebraska, we have pretty high taxes on things like that and fees. We have to pay a sales tax, or not a sales tax. We pay the sales tax on the car the first year, And then every year after that, we have to pay a personal property tax on cars here. And it's just in this state. Other states don't have it. Some do, some don't. Only a few do, I think. So, um, yeah, it goes down incrementally for like 11 years and then it's done. So if you buy an 11-year-old car, you don't got to pay property taxes. Or if you buy a car and you hang on to it that long or whatever, eventually it goes away. But it's kind of ridiculous. Where I came from in Colorado, it was totally different. You paid your taxes the first year on the car purchase, and then after that you just paid the license fee every year, which is like $40 or whatever. But yeah, it's a little different here. We have pretty high property taxes on houses here too, so I think it kind of hurts car sales for the state. Really, I mean, when people have to take into consideration how much they're going to have to pay for that car, yeah, it is expensive. It's crazy, and then they want $100 for the no front tag thing too. So which I gladly pay because I'm not putting a tag on the car. And the ticket would be more than $100. So yeah, it's expensive. It's going down. I mean, it's actually a relief because the first year, well, the taxes and everything, and the tags the first year were like I think it was like $6,000 or something. I don't remember. It was a lot. It was thousands of dollars. And the second year, last year, it was just the property tax or whatever it was. I think it was $1,000 or something. I can't remember. And this year it went down. So it's a pain. It's a pain in the butt. Property car, yeah, it sucks. It's a liability. You don't even own the car yet, basically, and you still have to pay taxes on it. So it sort of sucks. But yeah, your plates are $175 a year. That's a lot compared to some states, actually, even. But I just happen to live in one of the states where that's one of the taxes that we don't have a lot of other taxes here. Luckily, there's no tax on food, and the income tax here is pretty low for the state. So, but some of the things like that they kind of hike up the taxes on. So, yeah, I know in Montana, a lot of people. That's why a lot of people who own supercars and stuff like that they get themselves a place in Montana so they can register their cars in Montana, even if they don't live there, because they don't want to pay that ridiculous tax on the. So you see a lot of supercars with Montana plates. Yeah, Becky, you have the same thing there. Yeah, it just depends on the state. We have different rules or different laws for just about everything, depending on what state you're in. So if I lived 2 miles to the south here, I would be a totally different story. I'd live in Kansas. I just live right across the Nebraska state line. So yeah, I know Canadian taxes are pretty high overall. But yeah, like we don't have, and then some states don't have income tax and some do. So states like I think Nevada, Texas, Florida don't have any income tax, and other states do have. Some states have really high income tax, like California. It just depends on where you live. So it's all different depending on. It's kind of crazy, but it all depends on where you live. So, Mimi, hello, what's going on? How you doing? Your sales tax is 13% on everything. Wow, that kind of hurts. Ouch. We have a six. I think Nebraska's 6 point something sales tax, but not on food. There's no sales tax on food. Prepared food, like if you go to a fast food restaurant or a restaurant, it is. But like grocery store food, you don't pay taxes on. But now if I go to Kansas and go to the store down there, they do have like a 6.5% tax on food down there. So it just depends on where you're standing at the time, basically. Yeah, Wyoming has no state income taxes. And ironically, most of the states with no state income taxes and lower taxes have better economies and they're doing better and the states are in better condition, the schools are in better condition, and everything. It's because there's more money in the state. People are spending more money, so then there's more sales tax being brought in because they have more money to spend, therefore they spend more money, they pay more taxes. But some states don't get that. They think they'll just take it right out of your paycheck instead. But well, that's all political crap, so we probably should, yeah. Yeah, that's right, Dominic. They can even having a business in Montana, they can get their tags from Montana and not have to pay a ridiculous amount of tax. So, oh, really, Becky? So if you have food stamps, you don't pay the 6%. But yeah, it depends on the state. Like Colorado, where I came from, there was no when I left anyway. I don't know about now, but There's no tax on food. Same in Nebraska, but like I said, 2 miles from here, if you buy food, there is tax on it. So yeah, you guys got some high car prices too up there. Everything's kind of expensive. So and I think isn't the Canadian dollar and the U.S. dollar pretty close in value at the moment? I think there's not a huge difference right now. I don't think. Not something I pay super close attention to tell you the truth. But see, I was actually relieved at that $477 because I thought it was gonna be more than that. So I was ready for $600 or $700. I couldn't remember. I looked it up a while back to see what it because there's a chart online where you can look and see what it will be this year or whatever. So we were actually like a little bit relieved at that 477. When we left, we were like, all right, we can. That's gonna that's some extra groceries, and we were gonna go out to eat too that day. So like, cool, that'll pay for our dinner, and because we didn't pay as much as we thought, even though, yeah, it's a lot of money, but it wasn't as much as we were expecting to pay. But I still think the lady messed up. I'm sure she did. Something was not right. So we'll see if I get a bill or something from them. I don't know to find out. Being the government, I'm sure they're going to come after the money for, even though it was their mistake, they're not going to let that slide. Governments don't do that. Businesses do, governments don't. So, yeah. Becky says books are really expensive in Canada too. And then Chad says you've seen Wyoming high school football stadiums that look like college stadiums. Coal, oil, natural gas money. Yep, exactly. Yeah, Wyoming's a great state. If you someone's looking for a place to move to too, where there's not a ton of people, there's a great economy, there's lots of opportunity, there's not a lot of taxes. Wyoming's a cool place. Now that'll probably get ruined because all these people that move from these crazy states that have these crazy laws because they want to get away from it, then they move to these states that are more open and free like that, and then they want to change the laws to be more like the place they came from, and then they ruin it. So you don't know what Wyoming might be that way in 30 years or something. So kind of what happened to Colorado. Nothing can ruin an economy and a standard of living quicker than government getting involved and trying to tax the hell out of everything. It doesn't happen immediately. At first, it seems like kind of a good idea, but eventually, it all you run out of people's money to take, and then everybody's poor. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I see where I live in Nebraska. It's really, really cheap housing and stuff. Houses are very, very inexpensive here. You can get a nice livable house here for under $20,000. Just I know most of the United States is nowhere near that, but in this little rural Nebraska area, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But there's not any jobs here either. So, like the house we live in here is it's a very nice house, but it's probably I don't know it would probably sell for I don't know $80,000 or something in this town because it's just we're in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing here really. So a lot of people here have a car in the driveway or in the garage that's worth more than the house, so or costs more than the house. Very very common here. John Paul says the average price where you live is $800,000. That's crazy. See where I live here in Nebraska, in the middle of nowhere. If you had a couple, probably $200,000 here would build you a mansion and or buy you the absolute nicest house in town in the county, probably. So pretty close anyway. It's probably not. No, probably right here. That might be pushing. That'd probably be what asking price here for this house. I'm not sure. I couldn't guarantee it, but It is a nice house and it's big and it's nice, but yeah, it's probably about 80. Like I said, there's just nothing here, so there's it's hard to sell homes when there's really nothing there. So it's a good place for people to come like and retire and things like that because it's cheap to live here and houses are cheap, but there's not anything else. So yeah, the cost of living is high in Canada. Yeah, if it's, yeah, it is haunted. That might be a plus these days. People might get excited by the fact that it's haunted. And there's certain people who get off on that kind of stuff, so they give you a few extra thousand for the ghost or ghosts. Like the old back in the old days in the sitcoms, the kids didn't want to sell the house, so they'd always act like try to convince the buyers that it was haunted. I think about 12 different shows used that same storyline. Yeah, I couldn't live in Canada. I couldn't live in California. It's just not my um, personality doesn't fit into that craziness. I can't. Even Nebraska's getting a little bit weird. So law wise and government intrusion into your life wise and taxes and all that stuff. So we may move somewhere here in a couple of years. I'm not sure where we would go. I'd like somewhere like Wyoming, but only problem is I'd kind of like to move somewhere with a little bit better weather. So I don't know. I know I'm asking for a lot better weather, less government, and all that stuff at the same time. So it's a little tricky, but Wyoming would be probably about the same weather that I have now, and the same weather we had in Colorado. And I'd kind of like to get out of the cold. But then places like Nevada, would be kind of cool too. In a lot of ways, it's just now it starts to get on the other end of the spectrum where it gets too freaking hot. So I don't know. Although Reno, Nevada seems pretty nice climate wise and everything else wise, although it's pretty expensive there. So yeah, I saw that snow up in Montana. That's crazy, man. That's a big snow. And I'm sure at this time of year when it's still relatively warm and stuff, that that's some pretty heavy wet snow too. I would imagine there's going to be some problems with roofs caving in and trees coming down and things like that. Some of those trees got to still have leaves in them, and then with all that snow, that's going to be a mess. Montana's a beautiful state, though. I've been up there, and it's gorgeous. What a beautiful place. Beautiful mountains and scenery, and pretty nice people from what I remember. Everybody ran into seemed pretty cool, and had a well, I can't say I had a good time. I was there visiting somebody who was extremely sick in the hospital, and they recovered and are fine now. But so considering that was the reason we're up there, I couldn't say we had a good time, but it was a very nice, beautiful place and nice people. Hey, John Paul, thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. Yeah, come on back next week, please, and good night. Have a good time up there in Canada, and see you next time, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Get rid of those taxes and crap up there. It's hard to get rid of once you got them. They don't usually lower things. Governments don't like to lower prices on things, or like a lot of toll roads down here. They'll say it's going to be temporary until the road is completely paid for, and then they decide to, well, we'll just keep it for it. They'll change the law and say we're going to keep that toll forever now. Been on for 25 minutes. Just reading through some of the comments here. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. Getting ready to do a few things this week. Got a appointment next Saturday in Kansas City to drive a car that we're looking at. And in the meantime, I've got a doctor's appointment this week and a bunch of other stuff going on. Should be kind of another crazy week. So I better get ready, huh? We got like a 10 hour round trip to Kansas City to drive a car. So, but it's kind of there's none of these cars anywhere near where we live. So Becky Ware said they raised your garbage pickup years ago. So we have private gas prices are so high they never lower. Yeah, yeah, they'll raise it because of some other fee goes up, but then when that fee goes down, they don't ever change it back. Exactly. Yep. Once there's a fee imposed or a tax imposed, very rarely does it ever go away. Mango 392 is in the house. What's going on, Mango? Good to see you. Awesome. And once in a while they'll change, they'll lower income taxes or something if certain people get in office and they can lower income taxes and things like that. But like fees for things like that, rarely does it ever go down or go away. Where there were some rivers where we used to fish in Colorado, and for all my childhood and everything, of course, it was free. And then, well, not free. It was funded by taxpayers, obviously, but anyway, it was free to. There was no fee to get into these river areas and stuff to go fishing. Then they changed it probably 25 years ago or something, where there was a couple dollars to get in, to use the roads and stuff to get in. And I don't know. At first, I don't like that kind of stuff because I'm anti-government and everything. But anyway, um, at first I was kind of like, well, that kind of sucks, even though it's only a couple bucks or whatever. But then as I went a few times and paid, it was actually kind of nice because it became way less crowded. Because it was getting to the point where you go up there to fish and you couldn't. There was just people everywhere. It was ridiculous, and it got a little bit more not as populated, not as crowded when they started imposing a fee. I'm sure that's probably been overcome by now. Everybody's still going up there. I'm sure there's a million people up there, not even up there in years, but oh, we're kind of Mango. We're talking about cars and stuff as usual, but we're talking about my registration fee for the third year of the car here. Got us talking about taxes and licenses and fees from the government and all that kind of stuff. I had to pay $477 for tags this year. So yeah, you have to pay for the license, and you have to pay to get up there too. So basically, I think you're paying for the road is how they get away with it. You're paying for the road, not the fishing. But so anyway, Mega, that kind of got us on the government fees and taxes conversation, mostly concerning cars and stuff, but basically everything. So I had to pay 477, and I think they charged me wrong. I think I actually owed more than that from what I figured. So anyway, I don't know. We'll find out. Hopefully, I'm wrong and I don't have to pay more. But Sky is here. Hello, Sky. Hello, hello. What's going on? Good to see you back. Yeah, we have we got low Mango. Yeah, California 550. We have fairly low taxes here on most stuff, like sales tax and income tax and stuff are pretty low here. But when it comes to property tax here, which they charge us on our cars, it's pretty high. So they pay property tax on a car for 11 years. Once it becomes 11 years old, you don't have to anymore. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Guys here. Yeah, I don't think I would move there. I couldn't, like I was telling you guys earlier, I couldn't live somewhere like that. I just couldn't do it. It's too much stuff, too much government. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything if they don't say anything, but I just have a feeling being a government agency, they're going to realize when the bosses showed up, because that girl was by herself. I can't tell she didn't know what she was doing. She said she was brand new too. So I'm sure she probably showed them when they got back, like, hey, I don't know what was going on. I was confused by this guy's or these people, and because I had that extra fee for the no front tag, which confused her too. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I didn't get charged enough, and I'm sure it's a government thing, and I'm sure they're going to figure out that I didn't get charged enough, and I'm sure I will get a bill or something. We'll see though. This guy says, Joey, those tomatoes, hull them out, put cooked ground chicken in them with onion and bake them at four. That sounds good. Yeah, I got to do some stuff. I mean, I'm just tomatoed out, but I made salsa and with a sliced tomato. I eat tons of salads. Luckily, I'm a salad person. I eat salad almost every day for dinner, but with meat and stuff on it too. But anyway, a lot of tomatoes but yeah, we just have literally hundreds of tomatoes to deal with. So and I've only been able to give a few away because a lot of other people around here. We had a really good year for tomatoes here in this area. Everybody got a ton of tomatoes off their plants. So they're actually a little hard to even give away here because everybody's pretty much either got some of their own or they got friends or neighbors that are giving them to them. So Sky added some new videos. Cool. Sky's added some videos to the channel. That's nice. sign the check, Joey Susan. Sometimes in the description, I put my of my videos, I put my address on there because once in a while people send me something or they send me a letter or something or whatever. But today I started to put the address in there. I decided to leave it out because I was afraid someone from the Nebraska government might see it and say, "Oh, who is this person to saying they didn't pay enough? Let's see if we can find them." And I didn't want to make it any easier for them. That's pretty far fetched, I know, but in the back of my mind, I was like, "Yeah, I think I'll leave the address off this one." Yeah, the Hellcat airbox and did the Lux marker tint. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've got that marker tint and the rear light tint too from Lux, which is pretty good stuff. Although the side marker ones have started to get kind of hazy looking. I'm not sure why. I think it might be that I got a little bit of wax or something on them. So, yeah, Becky, if you were closer, I'd have a lot of tomatoes to give you. Too bad. Yeah, we had a great year for tomatoes here. They're like exploding. At first, it didn't look like we were going to get very many. A little while, it was just a few weeks ago. I was like, yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to get any. And we had little flowers on there, and then we got some hailstorms and stuff, and it knocked them up pretty good. And everybody kind of thought, yeah, it's going to be a bad year. But all of a sudden, bam, everybody's got buckets full of tomatoes. Yeah, I'm not a canner. I should probably do that. A lot of people around here do that. A lot of canning's real big around here. I'm not really into it. I really don't even know how to do it, but I know I could look it up on YouTube, I'm sure. Vincent, what is up, Vincent? Thanks for coming in, Vincent. Nice to see you. Boise City. Boise, what's going on? Oh, you can't eat tomatoes, man? See, that's one of my favorite things. Luckily, since I have so many, it's a good thing. I really, really like tomatoes. But yeah, I'm about burned out now, though. Yeah, allergies. I don't really have any food allergies, I don't think. I'm glad I don't because I like a lot of different stuff. And I know some people can't eat like seafood and shellfish and stuff, which is one of my favorite things. So luckily, I don't have any problem with any of that. Yeah, I can probably make some. I've made salsa a couple times now. We've eaten all that. And just like I said, I try to make every meal with something to do with tomatoes or tomatoes on the side or sliced tomatoes as the vegetable or something. So I'll give it a couple days off. I'll probably go eat some more. But Mango, you're thinking about trading the Scat Pack? Joey, oh, your wife loves the Mazda? I have a friend who's a big Mazda. He's a big rotary engine guy. He has an old RX-7. I don't know much about Mazdas. Boise Sisters have one weird allergy. You can't eat raw carrots or celery. However, they're cooked. You can eat them. Oh, that's weird. I wonder why. Whatever cooking does to them does something, huh? Takes something away. Or yeah, I know they don't do rotaries anymore. I just popped in my head because he's a big rotary engine enthusiast kind of guy. He's always explaining them to me, which kind of makes sense, I guess. But yeah, the car we're getting is was actually in the video today. I don't know if anybody could see it or not, but not the exact car, but you might lose your subscribers if you go with Cadillac. Well, you lose some, you gain some. I'm not getting rid of my Challenger probably ever. If I did, it would be for another Challenger. So, but I'm going to add some another car at least, another somewhat interesting car to the mix here pretty soon. We hope. I think. Pretty sure. 99% sure. Yeah, those tomatoes are. I don't know if I get spoiled by homegrown tomatoes though, because ones from the store taste like the rest of the year when you can't get the homegrown ones. The ones from the store taste like cardboard. So Boise's got an issue. Should you buy a small car or a half-ton truck? That's a tough one. I mean, it depends on what you need. I don't know. It's always nice to have a truck, that's for sure. But then a small car is nice because it's cheap, to run around in. Yeah, I remember you saying that before, boys. You got a pretty long trip to work, so work. However, if you do the same job only closer to home, then you'd want the truck. Maybe a small truck. Although even those small trucks don't get super great gas mileage. Sky says Mazda 6 GT was 35 mpg. That's nice. And you're invisible in the cops. Yeah, some cars you can get away with a little bit more because they don't notice. They don't notice you as much. In a Challenger or something like that, you get noticed, and every little thing you do is going to draw their attention because they're looking for it, even if not consciously, subconsciously they are. I need a truck. I wish I could. I need another old truck. I mean, I don't need it that often, but when you need one, you need one. And I like trucks too, but I've had several old trucks over the last few years. I just don't currently have one. Oh yeah, the old '50s trucks are great. '56 Apache Chevy, that would be nice. I like the '57 through '60 Ford trucks. I think they're really cool. A lot of people think they're ugly, but I think they're great. I think they're beautiful trucks. I really like them. You don't see very many of them around either. I also like the '61 through '66 as well. But Mango, the bad part is only I can do but as much of the car mods to the car with the dumb laws here in California, which they might get worse, I hear. They might get even crazier with the laws as far as modifications to your car. Oh, cool. Yeah, videotape that. That'd be awesome, Sky. I've never been to a Cards and Coffee. I would like to do one sometime. They're always like 200 miles from me, so I live out in the middle of absolute nothing. I'd have to get up. I'd have to probably spend the night in town somewhere to make it to one, or get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Oh, so you're 6'4", Boise 6'4", and a mid-sized truck is going to be, yeah. Chad says, "What do you think about the no more diesel delete laws?" I don't know what that is. Now they're going to say tail light tint is illegal. It's just like they just like stare at people's cars and decide, "Oh, I don't like that. I'm going to make it illegal." Yeah, living in California is crazy. I don't know. I don't know why anybody. I just can't imagine, other than it being kind of a beautiful place and the beaches and whatever and the mountains and all that. But there's a lot of stuff to do there. But it's too 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 restricted on your personal business. I couldn't do it. Danette says, "Hey Danette, what's going on? How are you doing?" She says 392 is not mod friendly by a Hellcat. Yeah, it's apparently not super mod friendly, is it? Okay. Calgary Rambler, hello, what's up, Calgary? How you doing? Thanks for showing up. Better late than never, dude. Boise or Mango says he has a box of tissues ready every day. Oh yeah, you guys got some snow, huh? Whew. I saw some pictures of up north there. They got quite a bit of snow in September. Usually it's the first couple of weeks of October before that starts, so a little bit early. Sky, you never get tail light did because you want them to be brighter so you can get away from they won't notice you texting. Oh yeah, diesel trucks rolling coal around town. Yeah, there's a lot of places. I don't know. There's so many freaking laws. It's hard to. They're going to try to make everybody a criminal, basically. If you make enough laws, you make everybody into a criminal, and then you make everybody uh, finable and everybody dependent on government and everything else. It's crazy. Don't get me going on this, man. I'm running for governor. I agree, Calgary. I think there's big governments around the world. They're trying to slowly but surely chip away at everybody's personal freedom and rights, and people don't realize it. Some people don't realize it. They hear about something that they don't necessarily agree with, but they're like, "Well, that's just a little bit of something there," you know. But that's how they do it. They chip away, get their foot in the door, and then once they got their foot in the door, it's hard to get the door closed. All right, I got one vote. We still have some rights, but they're getting chipped away at. We're living in Nazi Germany. Or people like it's going to be something that they're not into, so they don't mind someone else's rights being taken away because it doesn't directly affect them, and that's wrong too. You have to stand up for other people's rights, even if it's something that you don't necessarily personally have a personal stake in or whatever, because you're next, for whatever it is that you like or are into or believe in or whatever. Mango says, I do have good news. We are waiting for the governor to sign the law to amend the exhaust law. Round of applause. All right. Yeah, we need people. People don't want to admit it, but we need coal. We need oil. We need all that natural gas. We need all that stuff. For one thing, we need the energy. There's nothing that's anywhere close to has the amount of energy that those things have, at least at this point in history. And we need those jobs, and we need the economy and all that stuff from those things, so people can say all their little feel good stuff and about whatever. But the truth is that we need those things, and yeah, Idaho doesn't have stupid laws yet, and a lot of states don't. But it just depends on where you're at. But then a lot of those places that don't have those crazy laws, people move there, like I said earlier, from the places that do have crazy laws, and once they get there, they start wanting the crazy laws that were from where they came from, and then they ruin it there. It's just nuts. Boise City says to tell you one thing: when you get your truck, first thing you're going to do is straight pipe it. The only thing that's going to be left is the catalytic converter. Yeah, Chad, exactly. I don't like vegan food, so it should be illegal. But some people are like that. Or they don't even think it should be, just something they're not into, but they don't care enough to stand up for someone else's rights because it's not something that they're into. So it doesn't affect them. So they don't feel like it's important to stand up for some other person's rights. But Sky, I think premium, I can't remember. It's been a week and a half since we filled up. Um, Damn, I can't think what it was. I want to say it was like around 230 or 235, something like that. But that was, yeah, that would be like 9, 10 days ago. I don't really pay much attention to gas prices, to tell you the truth. Well, now when they get really high, if they get really high, then I start to pay attention. But when they're two something, I don't really. I mean, you got to put gas in it, so it's whatever it is, what it is. Boise City's TVA is going to be so loud you can hear it 5 miles away. I have a neighbor with a really loud truck, and that thing it makes my car sound like nothing. But it's hilarious because he's making all this noise and drama, and it sounds like a bat out of hell. But you look out the window, and it's just barely, it's like barely moving. He takes off, and it takes him like 30 seconds to get down to the next corner. But it sure is making a lot of noise. So I think we have fairly low gas taxes here. So my gas is like I think it's under 250 somewhere. I'm sure. I have to look. We're gonna have to fill up here in a couple of days. I'll try to remember to pay attention to how much it was. It's pretty much been staying in that sort of area, the 250-ish area, right from 220 something to 280 something. It's kind of been bouncing around in there for quite a while now, like as long as I can remember. Uh-oh. Something happened. I hear somebody going, "Oh no, something's not good in the house." I'll have to look for sure. I can't remember. Actually, it is. It's the same people. So I don't know. Yeah, the neighbors aren't giving the loud truck guy any grief because he's them. Hypocrites, I guess is. I don't even want to go into that mess. The whole house has a combined IQ of about 4, so 245 for regular there. Yeah, it seems like it's pretty much. I know there's some states where it's a lot higher, like because there's a lot of taxes and stuff. But pretty much most of the country where they don't have the super high taxes, it's 250-ish, I think, right now. Seems like what I'm seeing most places, like on here, and like on the Challenger forums and stuff like that. It usually comes up every couple of days. Gas prices always coming up. People are always talking about the gas prices. And Kim, she's into the whole electric car and hybrid cars, and she's always oh god, 410, ouch. And she pays a lot of attention to gas prices. Like if we're on a trip, I think I've told you guys this before, but I'm more the pull into the most convenient station as long as it's a name brand gas and get gas. But she's more into like scanning up and down the street to see which one has the lowest gas price, even if it's 1 cent or 2 cents. No matter how hard it is to get in and out of, or how many left turns in front of traffic you got to make, I'm just like, there's one right here. It's a name brand. I can pull in. I can pull out. It's going to be easier. That's where I go. But she's different. So we have different outlooks on things sometimes, but we get on pretty good. Yeah, it's kind of me, Motley. You got to buy it. So, like I said, if when it gets up really high, then I start to pay a little bit of attention, but still, I got to buy it. So, and then when it gets up really high, um, rather than really pay attention to the price, I just kind of pay more attention to my driving and do I really need to drive there, or do I really need to just go take the car out and drive around town for 45 minutes for fun or for therapy? Because you know, I don't really pay attention to the actual price though. Becky gets excited. She only has to pay 285 for 87. I'm gonna have to look for. I bet you Kim knows what the prices here are. Like I said, I could be wrong on mine. I know it's two something. I thought it was 230 something or 230 or something. But Mango says, if anyone in the chat can find me a car like the cartoon The Jetsons, let me know. We are possibly buying a car that will use that much gas. Gasoline. Sky did a run. Chad, yep. Sky did a run down the highway to drop off your car and put a BMW in his place. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you got to do that. Yes, Chad. Probably we're looking at probably about 99% sure. Just the Model 3. That's why we got 5 hours to drive one, to test drive one, because they're hard to find and it's the closest store that they have. So we have an appointment. This one is the slowest Tesla. It's the lowest model. It's not very. It's probably 0 to 60. I could probably beat the Challenger with it because the Challenger won't hook up. But theoretically, the Challenger should be quicker 0 to 60. But in reality, unless I hit it just perfect, it wouldn't be. Yeah, we've been looking at everything. We've been studying the hell out of it. I'm not going to spend that kind of money on something. Yeah, the batteries in the cold, they lose some of their power in the cold, and we live in the middle of nowhere, so there's no supercharger stations within 80 miles of here. There's a few issues we have to overcome, so we have to get some stuff installed in the house and everything like that. But it's a really cool car. It's a nice car, and I think it would be good for the channel too, in a lot of ways, to have two really kind of different cars. Yeah, Boise, the closer you work to home, the better too on gas for sure. Sometimes people get these jobs that pay a little bit more, but they got to drive 45 minutes each way or an hour each way. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Is that really gonna save you any money if you're tearing your car up and you're spending all the money on fuel and wearing out your tires quicker and all that stuff? So yeah, sometimes people got to do the math. They're making a couple more dollars an hour or something. Plus, you're spending all your own personal time that you're not getting paid for. I used to work a job where it was only about I think about 35 minutes or so to work and back. So an hour and 10 minutes a day. But like I said, I was spending gas money. I was tearing up my car, and I was spending over an hour of my own personal time basically trying to get to and from work that I wasn't being paid for. So even though I moved to a job back here just a couple blocks from my house at the time, and it paid a little bit less, but I was actually better off in the long run. Yeah, Dominic, it's not that bad. There's a couple different options for to install the power station thing, and there's two different. There's several different ways you can do it. And um, actually, I had an electrician over today talking about it, so it's not too bad. And it's not the most convenient car for a place like where I live, but I want it for other reasons too. I want to have something else for the channel. I want to. It's a lot cooler than a Prius Prime, in my opinion. It's fast and fairly fast, and it looks better, and it's got all the. I like to mess around with gadgets and all that kind of stuff. It's got all kinds of crazy stuff that it'll do. So we'll see. I may regret it. I may get it and then wish I had never done it, but we'll see what happens when we get it. It's probably going to be a while. We were talking earlier, pretty much ready to do it, but then we started talking and we're still doing it and everything. It's just we may put it off for a little bit longer. But we are going next Saturday to try one out, and we got talking to representatives from the company and everything on the phone all week and things like that. So should be fun. Yeah. I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be a cool experience and a cool car, and I just like it. So I know it's not like the most, like I said, it's not the most logical thing to buy, especially for where I live. But what the hell? You live once, have fun. Well, I've always wanted. I like them. I'm not like big enviro guy. Obviously, I don't want it for the purposes of saving the planet or environmental reasons or even gas prices. I just want it for the interestingness of it. I think it's a really weird car, really cool car, and a pretty fast car. So I just think it's kind of something I just want to do, not for any like reason, virtue signaling reasons or anything like that. I just think it's a cool car, and I basically want to have one to see what it's like. We'll see how that goes, but. Chad says you took a 1917 Dodge to a Tesla charging station and tried to plug it in. The Tesla owner was not amused. Everybody has a scenario by which if the citywide electricity dies, the gas pumps won't work either. So. Yeah, we have also keep in mind we have one, two, three. We have four other cars, so this isn't like we're getting an electric car and then we're going to be screwed if something goes. We have four other cars to drive that all run on gas. So it's not if it was a situation where this was going to be the car, we wouldn't do it. But like I said, it's kind of a fun car, it's an interesting car, and I really don't want a Prius Prime. Just not my thing. I'd much rather have. Yeah, we have have a Ford Focus wagon, a Saturn SC2, a Toyota Prius, and a Dodge Challenger Scat Pack. That's what we have. So, and we'll be adding a Tesla soon. So, $90 every 2 weeks on gas. Well, that's not. I guess that's not too terrible, but yeah, it's it adds up, and then if gas prices go up, so. Or they could go down. We'll see what happens if we end up in some kind of a thing with Iran. That could get ugly. Although I don't think that we're going to, because it doesn't sound like the president's too interested in going to war with those guys. trying to get us out of all that crap. But we'll see. Sometimes you get forced into stuff, but we'll see what happens. You're going to be castrated at the same time. Put a bike rack on the Tesla, right? Yeah. If the EMP hits, all the other cars are going to break down too. All the cars have electrical stuff in them, so and nobody's cars are going to run, whether they're electric or gas. Maybe an old car you might maybe be able to salvage and get working again. I like it. It's controversial. Tesla. Plus, I know it'll annoy a lot of people here in town because they're already like, "How do I have that Challenger?" Now we're gonna have a Tesla too, and it's gonna make everybody's gonna be like, "What the hell?" They're gonna think we're a bunch of drug dealers over here or something. How can they afford that? No, their damn business. Yep. Yeah. If we go to war, it's gonna be probably. I'm not that guy. I just like the car. It's cool. It's fast. It's a fast car. I'm man bun and some skinny jeans. Yeah, I have to glue one on there. Where's it? Where's it go? Right about up in there somewhere, kind of. You guys don't want to see me in skinny jeans, I promise. Yeah, Boise, Chad, to be honest, if you had a space, you gladly get an old. Yeah, I love old pickups anyway, so I think it'll be a fun, interesting car to have, and nobody else has one around here anywhere. And they just be a lot of fun and a lot of good times with it. It'd be cool. I may hate it, like I said, but just because I buy it doesn't mean I'm stuck with it. We will never be upside down in a car, so we always be worth more than what we owe on it. So in any car we buy, we wouldn't buy it. So yeah, I think they do something to make them make a little bit of noise so you don't run people over when they don't hear you. Ryan Wasson, what's up? Do you like Volkswagen? I like some Volkswagens. I like old Volkswagens. Motley says you've seen Tesla twice, once with Rat and once with Great White. Oh God, I never saw Tesla. I don't think I may have. I don't know. I partied a lot back then. I may have actually seen them and not remember, but yeah, Volkswagens are cool. I like all cars. Maybe I will get a man bun and some skinny jeans to go with the Tesla. Yeah, a lot of the old music's good. I like sometimes one of the stations I listen to on Sirius XM is the Hair Nation one because they play all that old stuff. It's kind of fun sometimes. Yeah, Aerosmith, AC/DC, Lockman Turner. Every car is probably good to get rid of before the warranty goes, but then in reality, we can't always all do that. So every make of car that there is are they all have their own issues that they kind of specialize in. They all have their little things. So it just depends. And some are easier to fix than others, and some are cheaper to fix than others too. So it's always a good thing to keep in mind. I mean, if you get a Ford or a Chevy or something, you're going to have cheap parts forever and available parts forever. Some of the other cars are a little trickier. Some of the German stuff, some of the imports, it gets a little bit trickier to find parts, let alone afford them. Sometimes there's a long wait to get a simple part because they just don't have them. So there's a lot of stuff to keep in mind down the road. So we'll see. Sky, have a good one. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you coming in. Yeah, Motley's in Pittsburgh, so he gets all the good concerts. That's why we need to keep the old fashioned gas. But yeah, there needs to be some way. I'm sure there probably is, but ways to actually pump gas without electricity would be good idea. I mean, there is ways, but I mean, if they had them already in place and everything. Oh, that's right. You're in Minnesota. See you, Sky. Thank you for coming, man. I'm getting crap for the Tesla idea. I like this. I'm kind of excited about it, actually. At least in comparison to a Prius, I'm very excited. We've been on for over an hour. Cool. Going by quick. We've been having nice, excellent conversation going. Well, the Model 3 is the slowest. I'm not getting the performance version, so it's like 5 seconds 0 to 60. None of them are slow. They're all pretty quick little cars, but it's the slowest of the Teslas. Mango, you got to go. Yeah, I know. I didn't hit the lottery either, Mango. Damn it. I'm going to have to go to work tomorrow, unfortunately. Chad Cancer says you get an Arkansas credit card, also known as rubber hose gas obtaining device. Yeah, the Prius Prime is an alien car. I really don't like the way it looks that much. I just think I don't know. She loves them, so but then a little while back, I was like, hey, let's check out the Tesla. It's just a little bit more. It's more money, but it's not a tremendously crap ton more money. And then she was like, my son was saying that. And then she started looking, and now she's really wanting one, probably as much as me or more, maybe. So, kind of excited that that's happening. The developments have made me very happy. I'm happy to get another interesting car to drive and to include in the channel and everything else, rather than a Prius, which is just going to be pushed in the background. Yeah, Boise City. That's my thoughts exactly. I think the Model 3 it's a very interesting car, and it's fast, and it's going to be more fun, and it's going to be, like I said, I'm not the electric car enviro liberal dude at all in any way, shape, or form. But if I have to have one of those cars, Tesla is definitely a company I would much rather be driving their cars than the Toyota Prius or something, simply for performance alone. And they just look a little bit better to me. They look kind of cool. And they do all kind of, like I said, they do all kinds of crazy stuff. If you look at all the stuff these cars do, the 3 is really weird because it has nothing on the dashboard. There's just a screen over here, like a laptop screen, a touch screen. And there's no gauges, there's no nothing. There's a steering wheel and this piece of wood going. It's really weird, but then it does everything in the world. It's pretty cool. So I'm kind of excited. I am worried about the cold though, because I know the batteries lose some of their power in the cold and all that. So this should be interesting. Oh no, Danette's leaving about Tesla. Sorry, Danette. We got off on a little weird subject tonight, didn't we? Good night. Sorry. Yeah, I want soy in my latte. You guys are never gonna let me live this down. What would you'd make fun of me if I bought the Prius Prime? Even worse though. So if we got the Prius Prime, it'd be worse. Then you really make fun of me. I want to get like the Tesla and then put like an American flag in the back window with like a AR-15 silhouette or something. That'll really throw people off. Bunch of Trump stickers. That would confuse the hell out of people. Yeah, when I'm watching the videos of people, because I'm trying to learn as much about these cars as I can, a lot of them are very, I don't know how to say it without sounding rude or whatever, but or without sounding politically incorrect. But a lot of the guys in the videos are very, very man bunny, skinny jean type guys. Yeah. Some of them are, I don't know. Chad said, "Yeah, I need to get a Hellcat for sure." Chad says it would make fun of you no matter what you drive except the Challenger. That's true. You should see the station wagon in the Saturn SC too. That Saturn sports car. It goes about 40 miles an hour. Yeah, you can't really go wrong with a pickup. I like old pickups too, and I don't not even beat up old pickup because then you don't got to worry about it. You can use it as a truck and not have to worry about scratching it or. Yeah, they are all beta. Exactly, Chad. That's the word. You got it. That's what I was trying to say. And they're all like, "Oh, look at the gas savings, and we're saving the world, and it's the most environmentally friendly car, and all this." And I'm just like, "Yeah, but how fast is it? Do a pull. I want to see. I want to see that torque kick in immediately. That's what I'm. That's what I like about it. I don't really care about all the other stuff. Can you add boost to electric? I'm going to take it to the oil change center and ask them to change the oil. Dominic says best pickups he's ever owned were Fords, and then you owned all. I've never owned a Dodge, but I have owned Chevys and Fords, and they're both pretty good. Yeah, I know. It probably took a lot of coal or whatever they use, yeah, to build those batteries, and then to supercharge at stations and all that. That's coal or natural. It's all being. People think that it's so environmentally friendly. It's really not. I mean, it's just a different way of getting the power, but you're still using fossil fuels to get the electricity. So I've heard about that video of a lady trying to put gas in a Tesla, but she must have been driving somebody else's car or something. I can't imagine. Yeah, challenges are not the reason the planet's being destroyed. First of all, the planet is not being destroyed. That's BS. Uh, Humans, we don't have any. We have no real ability to control the planet, or we could destroy it with nuclear weapons, but possibly even that's questionable whether that would even be feasible. But yeah, Boise, Ford's transitioning to the turbocharged, yeah, doing all the EcoBoost stuff and all that. Chevy and Chrysler would be the only two that have regular pushrod V8s. Yeah, probably true. It's happening. I mean, not probably true. It is true. So yeah. Well, when we go Saturday to look at this thing and to drive it, um, I'm going to wear my Mopar stuff. I want to represent muscle cars and Mopars while we're there. See if I get in trouble. I love the environment. I just think it's bullcrap. That I mean, I'm not. I don't want to dump pollution into the rivers and destroy the groundwater or any of that stuff or pollute the air. I love all that stuff just as much as the next guy, but I think all this environmental crap is BS, and the climate change crap is BS. It's not human caused, and there's no way humans can stop it. It's Mother Nature doing what it's going to do. That's the only thing. Yeah, I might kill a salesman or something, huh? They may close the place and lock the doors and have a lockdown, thinking there's a some kind of wacky right winger in town who's gonna, they may refuse to sell me a car. I don't know. We're sorry, sir. We have to see your voting record before we can sell you this car. The Tesla store place is it's in Kansas City, which is like a 5 hour drive. So we got to drive there 5 hours for this appointment. Hopefully the appointment goes off on time and everything, and then 5 hours back. So because I truly live, if you look on a map where Superior, Nebraska is, you'll see how far in the middle of nowhere we really are. Molly says successful salespeople are required to ask potential buyers what their favorite quinoa dish is. Yeah. I might get thrown out. I don't know. If they start in on me about all the environmental benefits, I might gag a little. No, we're gonna keep the Prius. Not trading anything in, just gonna buy the car. They don't even I don't know if they take trades. You buy it when you buy a Tesla, you buy it online. And it's a totally different way of doing stuff. I don't even know if they do trade ins. I don't think they do. Maybe they do. I can't remember. Tell the salesman I lost. Yeah. It's way cooler than a Prius Prime. So I'm happy. It's way faster, way more interesting. Does all kinds of crazy, ridiculous stuff. I'm kind of excited to play with all the gadgetry of it and everything. I think that'll be fun. So now when I'm 50 miles from any way to charge it and I have a 10% charge left, I might have a little panicky moment there, but we'll see how that goes too. I have this thing with the charging stations are so few and far between in this part of the country. I'm always afraid of like getting to one and then it being like out of order or something like that, and then I don't know what you're supposed to do. I guess you're just screwed. So there's a few concerns like that, but and I've seen other videos where like the thing will be full. They have like 6 stations or whatever, and people pull up and they're all being taken up by their cars, so you just have to sit there and wait. And then not only do you wait, but then when you pull up there and finally get one, it takes a long time to charge it. So yeah, someone should Hellcat swap a Tesla or something. That would be hilarious. They're usually at other stations. They're all over. If you look on the map, look at the Tesla map, pull that up, and you'll see they're all over the country. There's thousands and thousands of them, but you just don't notice them unless you have the car. They're usually around back of places and things like that. So yes, exactly, Chad. Fun to ride. You just don't want anybody to see you. But a Tesla really, I don't care if anybody sees me in a Tesla. They can kiss my ass as I'm flying past them, as I leave them at the light. Yeah, if you look, if you just out of, if you have a chance or something, just Google like Tesla um, charging stations or whatever, and it'll pull up a map, and there's just billions of them. Now, in the part of the country I live in, it's pretty sparse around here, but and the car itself will tell you where to get charged next and how much you'll have when you get there and how many minutes you need to charge to get to the next one. So if you're driving across the country, the car will tell you when to stop and charge, how much charge you'll have left, and then how far you can get to. It'll tell you the next one you need to get to, and how long you need to charge at that one. It guides you right along. It's pretty cool. It's pretty a lot of techie stuff in there. It's pretty interesting stuff. Oh, I love this. It's going to cause controversy. I'll probably lose a few viewers, but I think I'll gain a few too. I don't want it to take over the channel, though. It's still going to be a Challenger channel, but beta males and cool. Yeah, Don, we look for those. The Tesla ones are like white and red and white, and they look like kind of like they're sort of shaped like an old gas pump, sort of, but not really. You got a little cord that comes up, and you plug it in, and you wait. No, it'll never be instead of. There's nothing's going to be instead of the Challenger, other than another Challenger possibly at some point. But yeah, I'm having a Challenger no matter what. If I moved up to a Hellcat, we might get rid of the one we have. But other than that, it will never be instead of. Yeah, kids need to be toughened up for sure. My kids had it pretty rough. So my kids are pretty tough. Sometimes I feel bad because I was pretty strict and pretty kind of mean sometimes. But I think in the long run, it's helped them, especially my son who's in the Army and everything. I think it helped him with that between me and then him going through all the, the football coach was pretty tough on the guys too in high school. So by the time he got through that and through me, when he went to basic training and all that stuff, it wasn't too horrible for him because he was sort of already conditioned into that sort of thing. So yeah, the children will be fine. Boise City, if given the choice, which would you rather be, beta male or alpha male? I have no choice. Dominic, the stations it depends on the station. They're all different, but you can, there's codes you can use where you can get some free charging. And if you refer people to Tesla, you get some free charging. And I've seen it like on some of the videos, they're like charging it all the way up and it's like $5 or $6. And then some of them it's like 7 or 8, some of them it's like 3 or 4. It just depends on the station. It's not like gas. They're not all exactly like close to the same so much as gas is. There's some little bit of vary, but basically to charge the whole battery, I think the most I saw was like $8. And it gets you like 240 miles or something. So it's slow though. So if you're taking a cross country trip, you got to stop at these stations. It takes quite a while. Even if the superchargers, it's not instant like gasoline. It takes, they usually get out, go eat, or go walk over, shop somewhere or something, and then come back. So it's a different experience for sure. No, Randy will never be replaced in my heart with a Tesla. Tesla's just a side chick. Yes, Chad, you're right. I probably will have a lot of the. I'll probably be sitting at those charging stations, cussing my ass off, going, "What the blankety blank that I need to get somewhere," and or I always wonder, like, what if you got to like pee really bad or something, but you got to get your car charged, and there's not a bathroom near the charging station. I guess you just walk off into. Being a guy, it's not as hard. You can usually find a place to do that if you have to. Yes, my Tesla will identify as a Challenger. It's, like I said, it's going to be a little bit quicker than the Challengers. But yeah, someone didn't tell that one woman that Teslas don't use gas. She was a little confused. Ooh, there was Calgary saw a Challenger red eye buried under 3 feet of snow, and it's never. Wow, that sucks. Yeah, carry a Gatorade bottle, find a tree, dumpster, something. Like I said, being a guy, it makes it a little bit easier. You can go find a dark corner or something, a building or an alley or something if you have to. Makes it a little bit less tricky. I deliver auto parts every day for a couple hours, 3 hours sometimes, depending. And I usually end up stopping on the road somewhere at least once or twice because I have this, as you guys know, I have an issue with always having to have something to drink. So I pull off onto a dirt road and do what I got to do. Yeah, we do have it easy in some ways, Becky. I hope so, Boise. I'm gonna freak everybody out at that place. I'll wear my. I also have a. I think I have an NRA shirt. I have an NRA hat. I also have a Trump hat and a Trump 2020 hat. I have all my Challenger MOPAR stuff. Our Dog 785, what's going on? Our Dog 785, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Welcome to the live stream chat. How you doing? Good to see you. We're just hanging out, talking about Teslas. Probably they may refuse to sell me one. They have the right to refuse to sell you something, I suppose. Kick me out of the dealership. It's for me too. I'm ecstatic about it, really, honestly, because of the Prius thing, So I'm actually really really happy about the Tesla thing. But I still love the Challenger. Always number one. My Scat Pack is always number one, no matter what, unless I get rid of it for Hellcat. So I guess not always number one. I'd like to get Hellcat and keep the Challenger, but then we're starting to talk about however many cars that ends up being, 5, 6, 7 cars in one garage. So yeah, I like that Challenger shirt that Sky Motorsports sent me. That was really really cool of him. And it's got a great picture of a Challenger headlight on the back. It looks really cool. It's a really good looking shirt. You guys should definitely check out that website. He makes a lot of really really nice stuff for Challengers. And use my discount code Joey66, but not the way I spell it here, Joey, and the number 66. Get 6% off if you spend $66 or more. But yeah, he's got some cool stuff, and the headlight rings are really cool. He makes a bunch of stuff for the engine, little covers and dress up things, and some decals and different things. He does a lot of cool stuff. So I don't think it'll do a burnout, boys. I'm not sure. I have to find that out. I suppose if you turn off the traction, it probably would. It's get that instant torque, so I don't know. There has to be a way to turn off the traction and stability control, because if you were to get stuck in the snow or something, I don't know. I have to look that up, see if anybody online has done a Tesla burnout. Oh, it's just a joke. I don't think the police want anything from me right now. Not today, anyway. There was just a little mix-up when I registered my car, and I don't think they charged me enough, and I'm waiting to see what happens. Yeah, check out ScaliaMotorsports.com. SCALIA. Yeah, the rumble of the. I'll just have to yell out the window or something. We'll get another car to rev the engine while they do it, so it sounds like the Tesla's doing it. Yeah, they don't make much noise. People complain about the the wind noise when you're on the highway going fast, and the tires making a lot of noise. But I bet you it's not any different than any other car. It's just that you're going to hear it more because there's no engine noise. So you're going to notice the wind noise and the tire noise more than you normally would. I did that video. I revved the Prius's engine. Can't hear anything. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, the neighbors will be thinking that. They probably won't know what it is. They probably won't even understand. They won't have any idea what the car is, probably. But they're more like the "what the hell's a Tesla" kind of people. So there's some videos of them doing burnouts. I figured you have to be able to. You got to be able to turn the stability off, I'm sure. Yeah, I watched a bunch of them today of beating, really fast cars and drag races and stuff. So it's kind of funny, but I watched one beat a Hellcat, a Model 3 beat a Hellcat in a drag race earlier. Yeah, the car's too quiet. They'll probably complain about that. We can't hear it coming down the street. Think about maybe getting it wrapped in some kind of crazy, weird color or something. The colors they offer are super boring. So, kind of like Toyota. There is one red color that's not bad, but it's $2,000 extra if you pick the red. So. Well, it's been 90 minutes, guys. I think I will. Yeah, they are a little weird that they don't make any noise, Becky. I kind of agree. It's kind of strange, but. Okay, you guys keep thinking of those. That's a good one, Motley. My Wham CDs. I'll be dancing in a car like this. Oh God. I like cordless drills and food processors. Just don't want to drive one. Well, thank you, R-Dog785. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you coming in here. Thanks. I'm glad you like the car. Take care, Motley392. I think we're going to wrap this up here, guys. I'm going to get out of here. And I still got to shave my head, take a shower and shave my head and all that stuff tonight and get ready for work in the morning. So it's going to kind of suck. But yeah, you got to do what you got to do. You got to go to work, pay for all this junk I keep buying. So it's all right, man. Thank you, everybody, for coming in, though. I really appreciate seeing you. If anybody here is not subscribed, please do that and give me a little thumbs up over here if you don't mind and all that. Hey, take it easy, R-Dog. Welcome to the room. We come in every Sunday night, man. So come on back next Sunday and sometimes on other nights too, but every Sunday for sure. Good to see you, everybody. Don't hate me for the Tesla thing now. Come back. It won't take place of the Challenger ever. So see you later, guys. Thanks, man. Appreciate you all.